Hi everyone and welcome to Traveling Misknits. My name is Pia and I am so happy that you're joining me here in the Maldives today for a little chat about yarn and knitting. I am on vacation with my husband Peter and our granddaughter Isabella, and it is just a special kind of wonderful to be able to show her all of the beauty and fun that is the small island of Digali here in the Maldives. Peter and Isabella are right now taking a cooking class. They're preparing lunch for me, which is really exciting. I decided to just come here and chat a little bit with you guys. I really want to show you my finished objects. Maybe you spotted it already. The short-sleeved cardigan that I was working on my last episode is finished. And I am so happy with it. I am using it exactly as I thought I'd use it. I'm using it over my swimsuit and my jean shorts when I'm on land going into one of the restaurants and getting something to eat. I really like to have just a little something to cover me a bit more than the swimsuit will. I'm just going to stand up so you can see it. So this is my knit with no name in the short sleeve version. It was really easy to turn it into a short sleeve version. Originally, I do talk a lot about this pattern on my last episode. Originally, it was designed as a long sleeved cardigan. What I did is I looked at the instructions for my size and I looked to see how many stitches would I have once I reached the first part of the body when I had finished knitting the first sleeve. The thing is, you knit this from one hand all the way over to the other. So what I wanted to know is how many stitches do I need right here? And that's obviously in the pattern. So I cast on that amount of stitches and I worked the section that is the first part of the body, and then I stopped before starting knitting the other sleeve. That's the only modification that I did. It's really simple. I then just picked up the stitches and knit the second part of the body, which is, in this case, worked in a very simple lace pattern. This. I also give instructions for a garter stockinette stitch version, which is what I was wearing last time. And when you work the stockinette stitch version, it's difficult to see the short rows, but you can really see the short rows when it's this one, the lace version. You can see that I have added short rows to the front just to prevent it from pulling up too much. As you can see, there is still a high-low thing going on here, but the front doesn't pull up too much. So yeah, I usually tuck it in. I don't know why I also do that with the long one. It asks to be tucked in. But yeah, I am very, very happy with it. It was quite the experiment, taking the cardigan that is a little bit special in the construction and changing it into a short sleeve cardi, but that was super easy and I am very happy with the result. I really wish I could find out what yarn I used for it. It was vintage collection yarn. I have had it forever and ever. These 3 balls of a olive green cotton wool or cotton acrylic blend. I'm not sure, but maybe cotton acrylic, but I'm not sure. It's just a really nice yarn for this cardigan. It's not too warm. It carries itself. It doesn't have any grip or there's nothing rustic about it, but it's light enough that it carries itself beautifully. So yeah, I am loving everything about this little cardigan and I am wearing it on repeat. I was gonna say non-stop, but that's not true. I am gonna show you two of my most cherished summer knits that, yeah, I have a rotation going on with this and those two. The first of them is the Look at My Holes by Steve. I don't remember. I will put it in the description box below. I am sure most of you know this sweater. It is this, yeah, Look at My Holes, a very holy sweater t-shirt. It is perfect to use again as a cover-up when you just want to have a little more coverage than the swimsuit offers. I'm using this a lot. This is knit in Drop Spell in the black colorway. And it was quite hard on my hands to work this stitch in a cotton linen blend. But I'm so happy that I stuck to it because I am showing it inside out. I am so sorry. That's the thing with this one. I can't really see inside out and front and back because it's just a loose, oversized, wonderful garment. But maybe you can see the raglan seams here. They're beautifully made. A lovely pattern. If you don't know it already, you should try to check it out because it is so versatile and kind of easy to work. I'm gonna link it in the description box below together with the link for my knit with no name and everything else that I'm gonna talk about. The third favorite summer knit is this one. This is the Helix Holder by Jessie Made Design. And yeah, loving that one too. Again, I use it in the same way. I use it as a little t-shirt just to have something to pop over when we are gonna go to the restaurants, or yeah, I'm not gonna say when it gets cold because it doesn't, but it is light enough that I enjoy wearing it. I did knit it just a little bit longer. Yeah, you can't tell. I knitted using one of the recommended yarns, the N cotton. The thing is, and I should have known, when I started washing it, the cotton would like pull up a little bit. It would become really wide but short, and it became too short. So I just ripped out the ribbing here. It is worked top down, so there was no problems. I ripped that out, and then I continued the lace pattern for 2 more inches, something like that, and then a new ribbing, and now it fits me perfectly. Hopefully it doesn't pull up again. I don't think it will. But these are my 3 favorite knits for very, very hot summer weather. They can be used even when it's boiling hot. I do have a lot of short-sleeved sweaters that I can use in Danish summer and that I can use in Italy in the evenings when it gets a little colder. But when it's really hot, these are the 3 favorites that always works for me. I have only brought 2 whips with me, and 2 is more than enough. Between all of the snorkeling, the playing in the pool, the running around, having fun, the trips with the boats and whatnot, there is not a lot of knitting time here, but of course I did bring something. Of course I did bring my Out Raglan. And this time, I even have it on a larger cord so that I wish I had worked past the separation of the body and sleeves. I did not, but maybe you can see just a little bit more of what this is going to turn into eventually. I am loving this pattern or recipe as it is. I love how the raglan seams are placed. I love how the raglan increases are are executed, it does give a really nice fit. I will end up with a sweater that fits loosely on my body, but then has fitted sleeves, and that's a look that I really love right now. So excited, still super excited for the yarn that I have chosen. Just look at the subtle place of color that's in here. The neckline does look rather large, like flash dancey large. I am sure that the second I start picking up the sleeves and working some ripping or edging of a kind, it's gonna pull in and it's gonna fit me perfectly. The way I decided how many stitches to cast on was actually look at some of the sweaters that fit me well and has the same gauge as I'm getting here, and then just taking the stitch count from them. I am still undecided in regards to the neckline. Should I just work a couple of centimeters of 1x1 ripping and just have like a crew neck? Or should I do a turtleneck? Or should I do a folded over neckline? I'm undecided, because I know that I like a crew neck because I often wear shirts under and I like that look. But on the other hand, this is soft. This is really soft. I could have a turtleneck, no problem. So maybe I'm gonna go for that. Time will tell. Right now, I'm just enjoying working on the body. I am taking it slow. I'm just, leaning into it, enjoying every stitch. I'm not going to talk a lot about the yarns because I have showed them many times. It's two Japanese yarns, the Noru silk and the Ito Sensei silk mohair. They work beautifully together, and yay. Not colors that I necessarily, maybe this is kind of Pia colored. It's the goat colorway, by the way, which, should I be offended? Yeah, I would probably have picked out that one. I'm not so sure about this. But I am loving it. The color is S44. Can you tell here? I think you can. I really love how those little flecks of color just comes out to play, and they are then blended together beautifully with the silk mohair. I also like that the silk mohair is not, it's not overly long haired. There's not this poof. It's just a little bit of cozy, floofy stuff going on here. I see a classic in this sweater, I really do. And I'm pretty sure that this will not be my last in an Out Raglan. I can't recommend that pattern enough. The only other thing I brought was something that should be convenient to bring to the beach or to the pool, something small, portable, because this is not beach knitting. This is not poolside knitting. This is relaxing in the evening while granddaughter is asleep, knitting. So what I did bring was a very robust project bag from Knitwear by Maki, my favorite bag maker. This is waxed canvas and a faux leather bottom. So this one could take some beatings. It just had almost a full mocktail poured over it yesterday, and I can just wash everything right off. Perfect beach bag. In it, I have a blanket. And if you were watching my Blankets of Calm episode, you will have seen this blanket, or you will have heard me talk about this blanket. I am working these garter squares on the bias. I am working a lot of them. I am using some drops Puna in different earthy tones. drop spooner is 100% alpaca. It is a heavy, drapey, super soft and super warm yarn. So I'm thinking perfect for a blanket. I have worked 2 squares. They take me quite a while, these squares. There is some knitting in them. But yeah, I have worked 2 of them, continuing on my 3rd. So in my little bag, I have the square that I'm currently working on, and then 1 extra ball of yarn, just in case I run out, because that would be horrible, right? I am using stitch stoppers. I'm not using stitch stoppers for this one because when I'm knitting on this one, I am paying attention, I am sitting down. This one gets pulled out and chucked into the bag. So I really like adding some stitch stoppers. These are a beautiful present from my friend Lizzie from the Pearl in Texas podcast. And I am enjoying the safety that I can just pull on anything. I can put my hand into the project bag and pull on the first thing I touch, and everything will come out fine. So, not a lot of knitting this week, but that's how it is. Sometimes you knit a lot, sometimes you only knit a little. I have one more thing that I would like to show you. It is kind of knitting related. It is kind of a finished object. Let me just go grab it. I kind of made my 4-corner linen bag from Cocoa Knits. I didn't do much. You can get different kits for this. I got the kit where the linen was pre-sewn. All I had to do was tie some knots to attach the leather handles. But I did do that. So this is the perfect beach bag. I am totally in love with this. I think it's so cool to look at. It can carry a lot, and it is carrying a lot. Loads of sunscreen and extra swimsuits and socks for snorkeling and whatnot. It's a wonderful bag. I did get it at the McKinney Knittery when I went there, where I also got the Ito Sensei. And yeah, if you wished that you could sew, this is a perfect option because it feels like you did it yourself, even though you didn't. But also, it is very simple. You can also just get the instructions and the linen and make it yourself. And I even think maybe everyone can do that. That was it for the creative content this week. Not a whole lot, but a little bit. I have put together some video footage from our trip here to the Maldives. I don't have words for how much I am enjoying this. It is magic seeing this beautiful place through the eyes of a 10-year-old. That is just awesome. And I mean, she's awesome. She has never snorkeled before. So the first day on arrival, we went out. There's like a small lagoon in front of our house. So we went there so she could practice a little. And after 10 minutes, she was ready to go out into the reef and yeah, look at the fishes. We've been so lucky this time. She has seen manta rays and she has seen turtles and Nemo. She found Nemo. He is tiny, but you can definitely find him. And she has seen so many of the beautifully colored coral reef fish. We are here with some of our friends, and there is a lot of children her age, so they are having so much fun together, and we are just hanging out, having a good time, enjoying to have not a care in the world and just have a lot of time to be together. I hope that you enjoyed this episode, even though it is on the shorter side. If you did enjoy it, please consider giving me a thumbs up, maybe even a comment. I love to hear from you, and those things actually do help me a lot growing this channel. I also hope that I will see you again next week. I will be probably back in Denmark, maybe in Italy. Who knows? Who knows where I'll be at any given moment. But I will see you guys soon. Until then, stay safe, stay happy, and keep knitting.